Hello and welcome to the show. Now, today and tomorrow's GTA 5 videos are a little bit different. You see, we've done lots of racing on this game, but we were going to have a go at a little mini tournament. Now, this was going to be a pairs tournament, a team tournament, if you will. And the way it was going to work is we would have one lap to set a qualifying time around this particular circuit built by Lado in a vehicle that wasn't going to be run in the series, and the teams were going to be organised based on that. So the fastest in qualifying would go with the slowest in qualifying, and so on and so forth. The theory being is that we could get some interesting jumbled up teams and, you know, could have some hopefully fun battles going on. There were a couple of problems, though, that it's different. We haven't normally done like one-shot qualifying or qualifying in this manner at all, so we did go for it. There was a small problem in that some people had a chance to practice the circuit and knew it a little bit better than others, and some people made mistakes. You saw on this lap here, little mistakes made. And, well, it meant for a jumbled up grid. So Liam would set the fastest time ahead of level 8, Danger Man in 3rd, ahead of Chris in 4th. We have Ewan and Angus all very close together, with Impega in 7th. Ahead of Ninetales, who didn't have a particularly great run, Hyper in 9th. I had a terrible run with mine down in 10th. Longbow had a slight sideways, a slight off, I think, at some point during the run. We were watching Gliska have an issue running wide into a wall and so on. So the grid, while to an extent, in the order we expected, there were some outliers. Now, no one was allowed to intentionally sandbag, but little mistakes were made in places which created some scary teams, shall we say. So Liam was teamed with L-Plate, level 8 was teamed with Revs, Danger Man teamed with Stevie. Now, the vehicles would be the colour of the lead driver, with the exception of level 8, because their colour is a special crew colour that we couldn't have. Ewan will be teamed with Lado, Angus with Longbow, and then we have two phenomenal teams. Impega with me, that was not what we really needed. Ninetales and Hyper also very strong, and also Chris with Gliska, likewise pretty strong teams going into the first race. So here we are on the grid for our first race. The grid is organised in a reverse order, if you will, from qualifying, and this will be continued throughout all of the races that we do. We are very much in the mid-pack. I didn't have the greatest qualifying, little mistakes by me. I got a bit sideways, a bit too sideways, and yeah, we are down the order. Doesn't mean we have quite a strong team, because it's me and Pega, which is a scary one to, to go up against, but we're about to get this race underway. It's spin of the wheels for me is a good start, though, actually, for me on the outside. We're going to get to Ewan's door, and it's going to be the pink machine of Revs that doesn't take the lead. Gliska is going to take the lead of the race into turn 1. Oh, there's already been a little bit of contact, and there's something pointing backwards. We will try and sort of just fit through the middle of all of this. We're going to try, we want to stay out of trouble. Gliska's enjoying a relatively clean breakaway at the front. We'll give some space because there's going to be a car there. It hit a lamppost. Something's fallen over. But, running a bit too deep there on my own. Alright, let's try and get some slipstream off something. No chance. Oh no, I spot a white car pointing the wrong way. I mean, the colour, it's less colourful, this grid. So the rule, I say the rules were, oh god, the fastest qualifying car from each team will be the one that chose the colour. And it has just turned out that we've ended up with a less than colourful grid this time. It's not too bad. Here we go. We are going to try and get back in the draft after that little clonk on the wall. Gold team have had a good start so far in all of this. We're going to try and not squeeze a car out as Lado comes back on the circuit here. We're out of the draft from Longbow. Here we go. We're all streaming down the motorway section. Gliska is about to have a lot of company all of a sudden. There's going to be a big problem here. Oh, got on... Trying to get out of the throttle without getting run over from behind there is so difficult. I don't know who was in the red car that ended up pointing the wrong way. Sometimes the nameplates are just not showing up properly, so there is always that. There was a little nudge on the back of the gold machine. They've sorted themselves out. We are back up to second, though, in all of this. We've got a big toe up towards the back of Gliska's car. We have gone out wide through there. Sneaky manoeuvre by Revs, fair play. It did the job. We're going to get the better run up the hill, though, because we're slightly better in line for the draft. Revs is going to avoid... Okay, I don't know whether that line's faster or not. Avoids sort of following us. I don't think it is quicker, but you are less likely to get into contact, at least. Maybe a safe bet through there. We crossed the line On to our second lap, we will take the lead of the race. So yes, there is slipstream, there is catch-up turned on for that added element of, as I say about it, but it's so that if you get nudged on the first lap, it's not complete race over. We tried without, it didn't really work as well, so we didn't bother going forward, basically. The reverse grid makes an interesting challenge, shall we say. I see Liam is there. Up with us. Yep, Liam is there. There's a Ninetales I spot further back as well. We did also have a slight tweak to our rules for this sort of championship. We're not allowed to do the intentional curb boosting down the straights. So you're not allowed to just weaving over the edge of the curb. We got rid of that. It's a bit silly, and you can't police it absolutely everywhere, because like there, for example, you're going to bobble curbs. But yeah, for these sort of intentional weaving, we're not allowing for this one. We're going to have a car try to get alongside down here. This is a difficult overtaking spot, this corner. We saw it last time around not be so good. They're going to slipstream past us, though. At the end of the day, there's going to be a big toe down this section, and here they go. Liska and Liam are alongside. They will get past. We will fall back into line. We might actually get a secondary go at this. Can we? No. Too wide through there is sketchy. 3 wide is not going to fit. Now, I might have been able to slingshot my way and been ahead, but I don't know. So it just wasn't worth risking that one, pretty much. We're going to try to go around the outside with a whole load of momentum, but I can't keep the car under control. If we try that, we just didn't have the grip to make it work. Danger Man is joining this group. We're going to go 2 by 2. Oh, I know exactly what Liam was trying to do, and it didn't quite work because we were there. Liam was trying to cut back on the way up the hill, but Danger Man was there, and I kind of committed Danger Man to a manoeuvre that Liam would not have wanted. I didn't really want to do that, just a slight misjudging of braking points. But we're still all together as a big group, and more cars are joining. I spot my teammate at least. Oh, yeah. Got a big sort of slipstream pull at a slightly awkward place, and just end up giving Gliska the little Morse code on the bumper. Nothing too bad. Everybody is still under control. I don't know. I'm not sure who Danger Man's teammate is. I think it's Stevie. Is in the other one of those red machines. Not going to be able to do anything down there. We're going to back that one off and play it safe. So we don't really want to be going and playing with grass if we can help it. You'll lose momentum bobbling across that. Hey, the other white machine is here. Oh, and there we go. We are across the curb. A little bit through there. Now we know someone's going to have a look to the inside, so we'll give them space. Oh, we're going to go the outside for this next hairpin. Can't really do much about it other than kind of throw the car in and hope for a good exit, which we do get because we're on the inside through here. Squeeze a little bit, but we'll give Danger Man room to come back on the circuit, as is only fair. Our teammate is here. Definitely don't want to crash into them. We are going to run down the hill and sit back in the draft of the red machine. I wanted to check, make sure it was safe to put out the slipstream. It was. Everyone's gone the other side. Liam's going to get a massive run down there. And Peggy's going to run out of room. There's not going to be any space to... you just can't make it 3 wide through that section. It's just... I mean, you could maybe physically fit 3 cars there, but at racing speed, someone's going to bobble somewhere and not going to be able to do it perfectly. We are not going to be flat through there. And Peggy's kind of gone through the middle and got everybody. But we'll have to try and get over to this side. It's going to get way too busy down here. Angus is going the long way around. Oh, with the green machine. It just can't fit that many cars in that space. Green team are up here as well. Longbow and Angus have got their cars up into this group now. I'm going to not trip over my teammate too much. We really don't want to be side by side down here. We've got a couple more laps to go. As long as one of us, say we both want to be scoring. At the moment, Green have got 2 cars up here. Chris and Gliska, the kind of lighter grey cars, they're both up here, and the 2 white team cars are here. We've got a massive run, and Megan did not know we were going to have that run, and was not aware of that one. It's fine. It's fine. We will lift and go back into line. We'll focus on hopefully get a big slingshot up the hill, but we are going to bring Longbow and everyone with us. That's the only problem. It's going to get busy down here. There is no doubt about it. We bobble the grass. I don't really want to be on the grass there, but just the angle approach we are at. No momentum either coming up the hill at all. It's terrible. We were in the draft, but just absolutely no momentum coming up that hill. Kind of scuppered us a little bit. We are side by side with the Chris machine. Through there, we get the toe, and it'll put us back to 6th. Can we do anything? I mean, down the motorway, as long as we're close to this group, down the motorway, we're going to be in with a shout, doing something. We're going to be involved in it. So that's kind of what matters here. Don't get too tucked underneath the back of the car ahead of you here, because you will end up in trouble. Here we go. This is where the big slipstream pulls are going to hopefully materialise. Not for me, though. It's just broken. No slipstream for me. Chris got it all. I got none of it. Oh, what the bloody hell happened there? I don't know. Everything exploded. And I'm not 100% sure I know why. Why did everything explode there? Someone's car stopped. It looked like someone's car stopped dead. I'm not 100% sure on that one. We are going to scoot past. We are on the brakes. Oh, Chris is up the inside. I was trying to give space because I was expecting something to go on down there. I just didn't quite know what was going to happen, and Chris did not quite get the braking right through that. Well, I'm glad I wasn't in the front group, because I would have been involved in that mess. It's a proper GTA 5 tournament because something weird has gone on. We've basically pushed Chris's car all the way out of the final corner. This is it. This is the lap that matters now. I mean, it took out team cars. No team got two vehicles through that cleanly, pretty much. So it is punished equally-ish, in that at least. It's who's going to recover. It looks like maybe green. I think I spotted an Angus back there. Was it an Angus? It is an Angus back there, and Longbow that have got through that with, I guess, two of their cars in the highest positions. Chris is all across the grass on that inside. Yeah, I don't know that inside line, particularly because of the big bump across the grass there. We are around these next couple of corners. That time around we don't end up out wide, so we know Chris is going to come flying back past with the tow. Actually, a little sooner than I expected. We are going to try our best. I don't know what position I want to be in, because I don't know how many cars are going to be involved in this fight come the end of the race. So we're just going to try for we're going to fight every corner and see how it works out for us in the end. Chris is to the outside. Oh, around here, that's a tight line. And we have kind of goofed it a little bit here, because neither of us have got any slipstream. Although if we're side by side, no one's going to be able to do very much about us. Though we're not side by side at the right narrow point. Here they come. Angus is through to the lead of the race. Oh, try not to squeeze Longbow. Longbow does get away with it. Thankfully, I was trying not to. I was just trying to position the car where we needed to be. We've got a big group here. Can I do something around the outside? Oh, we're going for commitment here. We are going for the commitment. Oh, Angus is on the brakes across the front. We've got pushed wide. We got pushed wide by Liam. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't intentionally. It was just the way it all backed up at that corner. There was commitment from a lot of cars trying to get positions, and I mean, we were on the line. We had a good line through there. It was good for us. Oh, Chris has got pinged off the wall. That's a couple of places for me. Oh, that's not quite gone as well finishing-wise as I would have liked. It was a good race. I mean, we got to the inside. It was just too many cars fighting into the hairpin all in one go. It was a very clean final lap up until that. Random explosion of cars, don't know what happened. We don't know quite what happened with the random explosion of cars in that one. It's grey team got scuppered. The light grey team got very scuppered by that one. It was a good run for Ninetales and Hyper with those red cars. Very good run for green team. I scored some points, but not enough. Could have and should have perhaps been a lot better. So we move on to our second round. We are revisiting the Roval. We've driven this track quite a long time ago, built by Track Pro, so a really cool circuit. And we have come here with some sports cars, the Massacro and Jester, the race cars. A little bit of information from previous race. The car explosion on the motorway was caused by Impactor's controller momentarily disconnecting and creating complete chaos. Hopefully not going to happen again, but we are ready to go for this one. Again with the reverse grid, so it'll be the same grid for all of these. We are off and underway. The Jesters get off the line a little better than the Massacro. We don't have the best of jobs. I think there might be a few more Jesters than Massacros, but fairly even, very even. Even in performance. I've always preferred driving the Massacro. I have tended to run it, but yeah, they're very competitive cars. Gliska will lead the way, Rev's in second. We're getting a good run here, but it's not so easy to pass through this section. Got to be careful with the grass, the grass banks and so on around here. It's bumpy, the cars get thrown up onto 2 wheels. Now, if we can make a little bit of a breakaway with Gliska, that would be good, get ourselves out of trouble. I mean, we know we're going to get caught at some point around here, that is to be expected. This chicane, I love this chicane for its sheer dangers of. I've always been, I've talked about this a few times in the past, I've always been a massive fan of high-speed chicanes. The old New York circuits on Forza Motorsport 3 was one of my favourite ever tracks, because it was all about this crazy risk versus reward in trying to dive through what is a very narrow and very dangerous corner. And we get that a little bit around here with that grass chicane. It's not quite flat out, but it's kind of close to it. And if you get it wrong, you're going to have a tremendous accident. So yeah, I like that. I like those kind of corners. We've had a fairly good first lap. We've got ourselves clear. Now the pack is, of course, going to catch up. We can make the most of this good spot on the grid as everyone else is stumble over one another. We've kind of got a 4-car breakaway going on at the moment, but it won't last forever. Especially not if we're fighting each other for position. You know, for example, I'm going to have a lift through here. I'm not going to try and make it too wide through this section, although we are going to get a good exit, and we will fire the car up the inside here. It will, yeah, it will work. Just about through that section. We're back where we were last lap around. I've got a really funky line onto this straight. Hyper is going to have a look. Not going to contest that. Not worth it. Ewan is alongside, but falls back into line. We've again got a really good run through here. But where are you going to go with it? I also love that the way that the grass is, you go up onto 2 wheels. Where to really go. Don't want to try and dive down through there. You'll be on such a tight line. We get a great run on the outside. Got nowhere to go. We end up actually pushing Hyper. Not really what we wanted to do, but little else in way of options through all of this. Hyper's out wide, across towards the wall. We're back. Oh, with a good run to the back of Gliska. Gliska a bumped Hyper forward. Ewan's here. Danger Man has turned up with the dark red team car. That is to the lead of the race. Anyone else going to join the rest of the pack? The rest of the pack's going to join for the end of the race, and it's going to be complete mayhem, as we've enjoyed a relatively quiet 4 and 5 car battle. I say that, you know, as quiet as a 4 and 5 car battle can be. We're going to back out of that through there. Oh! Ewan got into the wall, and it's not ideal particularly. However, we are through. Where is my teammate? I don't know. After a really poor first round, we're hoping we can get some points back here. We need them. I think I spot the Jester back there, which is nice. Oh, fly through the chicane, but I have to get on the brakes here. There's just no room. There's a huge 2-wheel moment for, I think, Danger Man. Not sure which one is which at this point. Frosty Gold car is to the back of us. We're going to get a better run through there, and I'll take second away from the red machine, although Ewan's trying to go the long way round there. It's Hyper, up here. Oh, gonna run the curb. We've got nowhere to go. We do have somewhere to go now. Alright, it's looking good so far for us. We're still as a 5-car group for the lead of the race. We're going to have a little lift through there, and we're on a much better line through this section, which I like. Chris is coming to join us. That will be good for Grey Team that had a really poor first round. In terms of the old points here, we get a really good run through there, but it's such a difficult corner to make an overtake stick. Oh, it's probably not worth it. God, Gliska just clipped the back of my car, and I couldn't. Like, as soon as that tap happened, I turned the direction the clip was coming from, and I couldn't pull the car away. That's very, very unlucky in that one. Not at all intended, as you couldn't get the car to change direction. We are going to have a little bit of a lift through there. Not quite going to work. Oh, that's going to be some bravery from Hyper, and it hasn't worked. It was ambitious. It was ambitious, that one. I tried to give as much space as I could, but it was the airborne. So Hyper tried to give as much space, and I tried to give space, but Hyper got airborne and clattered into the door of me, and I couldn't avoid it. There's nothing I could have really done in that one, other than completely stop. But then I don't know if I'm going to get run over from behind if I completely stop. So there we go. We came out of it not too bad, all things considered. So we've got Danger Man leading. We've got 2 grey cars and 2 white cars in this. There might be a recovering hyper at some point. Depends on how much time was lost in that off. We have not got a great line through there, but it's fine. We're going to go up high. We're going to take the high... No, not quite take the high line there, because I saw the bump, but I didn't know if someone was going to get fired up the circuit, so I kind of backed out of it. Ooh, a little bit through there. We are side by side with Liam. I don't really want to give this up if we can, but I think we're just going to end up making ourselves slow through here. We definitely don't want to give up any positions. Ewan with a wonderful little cutback, clips the grass, almost ends up in the rear corner of the car. It's been very, very close racing around here so far. We are towards the chicane now. For the first time, we might actually be able to take this maximum attack, but we're not going to be able to take the second part maximum attack because now we're all stacked up. In fact, one of the grey cars gets a huge shot from its teammate. The white team are going 2 runs in the lead and almost turned the teammate round. I just couldn't get on the brakes soon enough for that one. Yeah, almost there's been some friendly fire from various teams. I don't even know what lap number we're on here. I think we've got a couple more to go, maybe? What lap are we? What have we got? Yeah, got 2 more tyres around. There goes Impega to the lead of the race. We've got about a 7-8 car battle for victory here with 5 wide into turn 1. I'm going to lift on that one. Let's not do that. Let's avoid doing shenanigans there. We're going to run to the inside up here now. Try and not put the grey car up too high, although they can understand a bit wide on their own. We get a good run through here, but I hate being on that tight line through that first part. You can get... It's a sneaky place to overtake because no one expects it, but because no one expects it, it's really easy for it to go wrong. Right. Ooh, a bit too much on the side through there. Just a smidge too much on the 2-wheeled antics. Let's go and fire our car towards the chicane again. We're in relatively clean air, so we can be close to maximum attack. Not quite full maximum attack, though. Gliska's in trouble with that line. I'm going to give plenty of space, because I knew that car was going to have trouble with that line, so I just wanted to give it all of the room I could. We are up to second place. Same corner, fighting with our teammate. Liam leads the way with the dark grey car now. Can we do anything about getting past it? We've got the 2 white cars are up at the front, though. That's good for our team. We have got the slipstream. There's such a big pack of cars back there. There's such a huge pack of cars. Oh, I've got a rear wheel on the curb out very wide there. That is not going to help at all. Will be a roadblock? Can we block the track and let teammate go and take victory? Unfortunately, I don't think so. Liam's got a better run. I knew I was going to lose a place. I'm actually glad it was only 1 position I lost through there. I thought it could have been a lot worse, really. We are through all of that. We bobbled the curves. We've got a grey car behind us. I think that's Gliska. Not sure, though. Don't hit your teammate. It is Gliska there. It's to the outside now. We're trying to give space, because it's really easy to feed a car into the wall here if you're not careful. Definitely dangerous going side by side. Liam's got a better run, though. Will take the lead of the race through here. Now, we've seen it is not a big run to the finish line. Impega gets a huge 2-wheel moment. I'm all over the curb, completely lost control of the back end of my car. And now we don't want to go fit in the middle of a 3 wide there, because we will just put our teammate completely out of contention. Liam gives us a nudge across the back of the car. We're battling side by side. Impega's going to get the best run. Can I get anything here? No, we can't. Oh, we crossed the line in a train of cars. Oh, that was an amazing race, that one. That was an absolutely outstanding race. Liam took victory. White team, importantly, gets 2nd and 3rd in that one. Danger Man got 4th. Red team 5th and 6th with Hyper and Ninetales. We threw everything at that. I thought I could have got it with my sneaky dive. Unfortunately, Liam just managed to get the car in the right place to fight back in that one. Oh, well played. Well played to Liam. Well played in general. That was one hell of a race. Slightly gutted I could have got a victory, but yeah, we fought hard in that one. Just not quite to be. So, after those first 2 races, it would actually be a tie at the top. While White Team had a very, very good final race, getting a 2nd and 3rd. A poor opening round meant we hadn't quite scored as many points. We would lead on virtue of better overall finishes from Ninetales and Hyper that would sit in 2nd. Liam, having taken 2 victories, would be up in 3rd with Hellblade ahead of Angus and Longbow, Dangerman and Stevie in 5th. It was all very, very close going on in this level 8, tied with Ewan's team back there. And finally, we have incredibly unlucky. The light grey team were fighting at the front basically the entire way round and would have some problems on the final lap, and it would all fall apart. Incredibly unlucky, but that is the way that it was going so far. That, though, is going to be it for today's video. Tune in tomorrow to find out the conclusion of this one. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.